Okay, let's get right to it. We're diving into something really crucial today. Building real power, through genuine connections with the right people.
Yeah, not just collecting contacts.
Exactly. Forget just scrolling through LinkedIn profiles. We're talking about the actionable stuff, the things that actually lead to mentorship, real support, opportunities when you need them.
It's really about a fundamental shift, isn't it, in how you see your network.
How so?
Well, it's less about the sheer quantity, and much more about the quality of those relationships. Like, who are the few people you can truly, truly count on?
Totally. I heard this quote or something like it that your real network isn't your follower count.
Mm-hmm.
It's who picks up when you call at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's who opens doors when you feel totally stuck.
Who believes in you when you maybe don't even believe in yourself?
Yes, that's exactly what we're aiming for today, that kind of real connection.
And look, understanding how to cultivate those kinds of deep ties, well, it can genuinely shape the direction your life takes.
So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear then.
Right. We want to unlock the secrets, if you will, to authentic networking, strategic networking.
Confession time. I have to admit, the whole idea of networking used to really give me the ick. Just, ugh.
Oh, yeah. What bothered you about it?
I just pictured, forced smiles, swapping business cards that end up in a drawer, these really awkward, shallow conversations. It felt so fake.
That's a super common feeling, that transactional vibe.
But then I heard someone frame it differently. They said networking isn't transactional, it's relational. And that really flipped a switch for me.
That's it. It's a completely different mindset, isn't it? The transactional way is all about what can I get right now?
Yeah, immediate gain.
Whereas relational networking, that focuses on building actual trust, mutual understanding. It happens over time.
Like a long-term investment, not just a quick hit.
Exactly.
And the core of this relational approach seems to be bringing actual value and genuine curiosity to every interaction.
Yes. Focusing on what you can give or what you can learn before you even think about getting something back.
So the question changes.
Right. It shifts from, what can this person do for me, which feels a bit grabby,
A little bit.
to something more like, how can I genuinely be helpful here? Or maybe, what's something really interesting I can learn from this person, this exchange?
That feels so much better. Speaking of learning experiences, there's this story about Isabella that really illustrates this.
Oh, yeah. Tell me.
So she was 24, working in retail. Pretty shy, not a natural networker,
Mm-hmm.
One day, she's serving coffee, and this woman comes in who just radiated capability, just had this energy.
Okay.
And instead of just handing over the coffee and moving on, Arabella took a small leap, a brave little moment.
What did she do?
She complimented the woman's scarf.
Yeah.
Genuinely. They had a brief chat, maybe 30 seconds. Then, just as the woman was leaving, Isabella said something like, "I really admire your energy. Would you ever be open to a quick coffee sometime? I'd love to hear a bit more about what you do."
Wow, that took guts, especially if she was shy. It's that mix of vulnerability but also being direct.
Right, we get so caught up worrying about the perfect line or being rejected.
Totally. Fear stops us. So what happened?
Well, it turns out the woman was a VP of marketing at a big company.
Hmm.
And she was apparently so struck by Isabella's authentic, non-pushy approach. She said yes.
No way.
Yes. And that one coffee chat led to a real mentorship. Isabella ended up completely changing her career path, landed this amazing job she hadn't even considered before, all from that one little moment.
That's incredible. And it just shows, doesn't it? Authentic curiosity plus a little bit of bravery that's so much more powerful than some rehearsed networking script.
It was just a human connection.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Pure and simple.
Okay, so how do we bottle some of that Isabella magic? How can, you listening do this? Our sources lay out something they call the authentic networking blueprint, like a 5-step plan.
Okay, let's break it down.
Step 1, lead with genuine curiosity. And this isn't about those boring, generic, so what do you do? Questions that just hang there.
Right. Go deep.
It's about asking thoughtful questions, specific ones, and then really, really listening to the answers, remembering details people share.
That deep listening piece, it's like a superpower, honestly. When you actually hear someone and remember what they said later, it makes them feel seen, valued, understood.
Totally.
Mhm.
Okay, step 2, provide immediate value. Now, this doesn't have to be some huge, grand gesture.
Doesn't mean solving all their problems.
No, it's about offering small acts of help, but crucially, without expecting anything back right away. like sharing a useful article you saw, making an introduction if it genuinely makes sense, maybe offering a quick bit of advice if it feels right.
That without expectation part is so key, isn't it? Genuine value is given freely. You trust that strong relationships are built on reciprocity over time, not tit for tat immediately.
Exactly. Step 3 is follow up strategically. We've all gotten those generic nice meeting you emails, right?
Yep, straight to the trash folder, mentally or actually.
Huh. Right. So this is about thoughtful messages, ones that mention specific things from your conversation. It shows you were actually paying attention, you were present.
That personal touch signals real interest in the person and the conversation, not just like ticking a networking box for the week.
Number 4, be consistent. Okay, this is where I think a lot of potential connections just fizzle out.
Definitely. The follow-through problem.
It's not enough to connect once and then only pop up months later when you suddenly need a favor.
No, that feels transactional again.
It's about maintaining regular but still meaningful contact. Maybe a quick check-in, sharing something relevant you saw, just sort of nurturing the relationship organically.
That consistency builds trust, it strengthens the foundation. It shows you value the relationship itself, not just what you might get out of it later.
And finally, step 5, which feels really important. Cultivate confidence, not desperation.
Ooh, yes. Mindset is huge here.
You need to approach these interactions as an equal. You have value too. Recognize what you bring, your unique skills, your experiences, your perspective. Don't come from a place of neediness.
That internal shift changes absolutely everything. When you network from a place of confidence, feeling your own value, the interactions just feel more authentic, more balanced.
Like we said earlier.
Network from a place of value, not from a place of need. That's the goal.
Love that.
Yeah.
And we've got some quick examples of this working in the real world. There's this woman, Chloe.
Okay.
She landed her dream internship,
Right.
basically by sending a LinkedIn message. But it wasn't generic. It was really specific, complimented the hiring manager on a particular company project she genuinely admired. That detail made it stand out.
Yeah, that targeted outreach based on actual research and interest, it just cuts through all the noise of random connection requests people get.
Totally. Then there's Kira. She went to a workshop.
Right.
Instead of just sitting quietly, she actually introduced herself to the speaker afterwards, shared some of her own relevant experiences briefly. And then, key part followed up with a thoughtful email referencing specific things the speaker had said.
Ah, the strategic follow-up again.
Exactly. And the speaker was apparently so impressed, she offered Kira direct mentorship.
See? It's that combo again. Proactive engagement during the event, plus a personalized follow-up. Shows real initiative.
And one more, Ava. She was just consistently sharing genuinely valuable insights and career tips on her Instagram, just putting value out there.
Okay, interesting angle.
And what happened was senior leaders in her industry started noticing her content. They started connecting with her and eventually offered her some pretty significant opportunities.
That's fantastic. Ava's story really highlights the power of consistently providing value publicly in your field. By sharing her expertise openly, she became like a magnet, attracting the right kind of attention and connections.
So cool. Okay, so for you listening right now, if you're feeling inspired and want to actually put these ideas into practice, here's a little challenge based on what we've been discussing.
Let's hear it. The Dangerous Girl Challenge.
Maybe the Authentic Connection Challenge. First, reach out first. This week, maybe try sending a message to, say, 3 new people whose work or just energy you genuinely admire.
Keep it brief, sincere.
Yeah, and specific about why you're reaching out. That initial step, being proactive, it's crucial for expanding your circle beyond just people you already know.
Absolutely. Take ownership of building your network.
Okay, second part, attend an event. Could be virtual, could be in person, whatever works. But when you're there, make a real effort to engage authentically.
Not just lurking in the corner.
No. Introduce yourself clearly, confidently, maybe to just a few people. Remember, it's about the quality of connection, not how many hands you shake or virtual rooms you pop into.
Focus on having maybe 1 or 2 meaningful conversations rather than trying to speed network the whole room superficially.
Exactly. And third, create a LinkedIn post or story or whatever platform makes sense for your field.
That's something out there.
Share something you learned recently or something you admire about your industry or an insight you had. It can be a surprisingly effective way to attract people who genuinely share your interests.
Yeah, sharing your knowledge and perspective online, it can be a really powerful magnet for like-minded people and even for those leaders you hope to connect with someday.
Definitely. Actually, this brings us to a great question we got from a listener, Serena, in San Diego.
Oh, brilliant. What did Serena ask?
She touched on something I bet a lot of people feel. She asked, essentially, I'm naturally shy. How can I possibly network without feeling super awkward or like I'm faking it?
Oh, Sarita, that is such a fantastic and honestly very common question. So many people grapple with this.
Yeah.
The first thing to remember, Serena, is that being shy is absolutely okay. It's not a disadvantage necessarily. In fact, sometimes it can be a strength.
How so?
Well, often people who are naturally quieter tend to be excellent listeners. And that is a hugely valuable skill in building connections. People love feeling genuinely heard.
That's so true. You don't have to dominate the conversation.
Exactly. So focus on that. Focus on asking simple, open-ended questions, not yes/no ones, and then really listen to the answers. Engage with what they're saying.
Your genuine curiosity can absolutely be your greatest asset. You don't need to suddenly become this super outgoing, charismatic person overnight.
No, please don't. Authenticity and showing real interest in other people, that will always, always resonate more than putting on some kind of forced charisma.
So just let the conversation unfold naturally. Ask a question, listen, maybe share a related thought.
Precisely. It's about embracing your natural strengths, whatever they are, rather than trying to fit some mold of what you think a networker should be. Let your genuine interest guide you.
Great advice. So as we start to wrap up this deep dive, let's maybe circle back to that core idea. Real networking, the kind we're talking about. It isn't just about how many names are in your phone or connections on LinkedIn.
So I'd bet the numbers.
It's about the depth of those connections.
Yeah.
It's about who knows the real you, faults and all,
Yeah.
and still wants to help. So maybe the first step is just starting to show up authentically in every interaction.
Yes. And when you prioritize building those genuine relationships, you might be really surprised at the unexpected opportunities that start to emerge almost organically without you having to force them.
It really fits with the whole vibe of this show, doesn't it? Brains, ambition, and yeah, maybe a little bit of chaos or at least going against the grain.
Definitely. Rejecting that old fake way of
Yeah,
networking.
exactly. And we'll definitely keep exploring more ways to navigate the world with more intention and insight in our future deep dives.